Hey, assalamu alaikum everyone. I just got back to Medina, alhamdulillah. I'm in my brother's-in-law's house right now till I find my own house. And this video, I want to talk to the new students. The students who are coming in, this is going to be their first semester, and some tips and advice and things that they need to do when they come to Medina that will help ease their process of coming to the school and being in the school. These are some tips and advices that other people have given me, things that I learned by myself through my own struggles and journey of my first semester here. And I think these are advice that if somebody were to give me when I first came here, it would have been so beneficial. Now, in this video, I'm going to go over 4 things. The paperwork that needs to be done when you get here, the technical aspects, some online stuff that the school provides, the haram, stuff related to the haram, such as getting a Quran class, and the 5th thing is going to be some just tiny advice that I found to be helpful. So let's begin. Prior to even starting any of these out, the technical and paperwork stuff, I want to talk to you guys about your intention. This is the most important thing you guys need to focus on is your intention. You know, there a lot of people that come to Medina, they come with the right intention. They come with they really want to study Islam, it came to their heart or whatever. But for some people, their intentions changed because of shaitan. You know, they might have started off really good, but then later on, their intentions are, well, you know, I came back to my home country. Now everyone thinks I'm super smart. I'm like, you know, the imam of my, city. And this really affects somebody's intentions. And it causes people to do their entire 4, 6, whatever, 8 years in Medina for the wrong purpose. Not only for the wrong purpose, but a lot of people who have wrong intentions tend not to finish Medina just because if you're going into something with a bad intention and whatever your intention is breaks, then your goal for that intention breaks as well. Let me explain what I mean. If someone's intention is for Allah and to please Allah and to gain knowledge, then no matter what hurdle comes your way, you will always succeed in gaining that achievement, whether or not you see it right away. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards us within this life and in the hereafter. But we know deep down if we're doing something for Allah, Allah will eventually reward us, but we're also getting hasanat and we're coming closer to Allah if that's our intention. However, if your intention is to please others, gain something in this dunya, as soon as that thing becomes super hard, or as soon as you realize that thing's not attainable, then the process of getting that goal of your intention, of gaining whatever worldly thing that you want, kind of falls over, and you don't want to continue studying it, because your entire point of Medina then was, I want to gain this dunya thing. And when you don't get that, you're like, well, what was the point of me going to Medina? And that's why some people leave Medina, because they're like, well, there's no point in me going to Medina because I'm not achieving the thing I wanted. However, if your intentions are for the sake of Allah, this will never fall down. As long as you're doing something for the sake of Allah, as long as you always have that, you say Bismillah, and you're always doing it for the sake of Allah, you make dua that Allah keeps you on the right path, then no matter what happens, it's just a test from Allah. And it won't fall away because you're pleasing Allah. Allah will always reward you for something good that you do. Guys, keep your intention in mind. It's super important, your intention. And try your best throughout your years to focus on having a good intention. If you came here with a bad intention or you feel like you had a bad intention, this fear is a good sign. It means that you want to change. Don't go listening to shaitan when he says, hey, you had a bad intention, leave school because, you already started off with a bad foot. There's no point in changing. No, that's shaitan talking. Go on your journey, make dua, and make dua constantly throughout your time in Medina to have the most pure intention there is. Now let's talk about some paperworks. Now, one of the advice that I give everyone is go to your mandub. A mandub is, I don't know how to translate this in English, but a mandub is like the guy who checks on all the people from his specific country. So I'm from America, I have an American mandub. The Albanians have the Albanian mandub. And there's someone who knows Arabic and they've been in the school for a while, so they know the works around and stuff like that. And the mandubs are there to help you guys. I know some students who came here and they didn't know their mandub, they never texted them, and the mandub didn't get their number, and they're going off trying to do stuff with friends who don't even know how the process works, or with other people. And here's the thing, to get in contact with your mandub is simple. Ask somebody from your home country that's in Medina, or if you don't find anyone from your home country in Medina, try finding someone who can speak your language like English, or a little bit of Arabic, try speaking Arabic, and ask them, hey, whoever your mandub is, can you please ask them for my mandub's number so I can talk with them? And they will help you through the process, inshallah, because they know how to do the process. They know how long it takes and all that stuff. Now, in terms of actual paperwork, the things you guys need when you come here are all the papers that you submitted for obtaining your visa. So a letter of recommendation, your transcript, your diploma, your passport photo, your acceptance letter, and so on. There'll be a list down in the description below, inshallah. I'll put that down. And you need all those translated because they will request these once again. And I know this video is coming out a little bit like after some new students come in, but again, you will need these documents to come in. So if you have somebody from your home country, you can take a photo of them, send them over here. That'll be very beneficial. Like I had all my documents saved on my email. So when it came down for me to print them out, it was easy for me. Another thing you guys need is passport photos. A good amount of them, like 3, 4, maybe 5. Because for certain stuff, they will ask you for that. Like for your student ID, they will ask you for a passport photo. They won't take your photo for you. They'll ask for a passport photo. Later on, when you get a driver's license, you will need that as well. So have a lot of passport photos with you. You can also take them at the school, I think, or take them at the school. They have a section where you can take it at the school. I think where the stores are in the middle. That's where you guys can take some passport photos, print them out, or take a photo at home and then go to the school where the stores are in the school, and they can print them out for you in a passport photo size. Now, in terms of paperwork, once you arrive to Medina, you will have to do a blood check. Again, they will have to draw blood from you to check whether you have like a sickness, an illness, I don't know exactly, and your type of blood. I know you already did this like in America or you're in your home country, and they asked you to do it again, which is kind of weird, but they do ask that again. So you have to go to the medical lab, and then if you're with a mandub or with somebody, just say that like, hey, I'm doing this blood work for the school, and I'll just do it for you. It's not an issue. That usually takes like a week or like a little bit less to get the results back in. But you need those results to get your iqama, your like residency number, or like your visa number or whatever. I'll explain that a little bit later. And they also do an x-ray of your like chest. These are like tiny things, but you still have to do those. So just keep those in mind. That's another important step. Once you do all those stuff, then you probably will be able to get a dorm room. And again, once you go with the mandub, I think it's in the Shuni Tulab. I actually don't remember exactly where that building is, but I think in the Shuni Tulab, you go there and you can give your document and you sign it, and you get also 1 month free of the matam, the dining hall place, and your dorm room. And you just have to waiver it off, and then then you can go where the dorm room is. Ask for the main person who has that dorm area, like the mushrif. What's a mushrif? I don't know what that is in English. Somebody can look it up. But like I would say hall monitor, or like the dorm monitor. You know, like on all dorms, hotels, there's one guy who monitors everything. Like, oh, here's your key. Yeah, that's the guy. You need to give that to him so he can give you the keys to the dorm room. Now let's go to the iqama. This is one of the main important things. You really need the iqama when you get here, obviously, to be considered a student, considered somebody who lives in Saudi now. In order to get your iqama, once you do all these paperwork stuff, your blood work and stuff like that, you will need to go again to the Shuni Tulab, go with your mandub, and you need to give your passport in. And you leave your passport there a month-ish or like a month. For me, it took a month. You leave your passport, they do some checks or whatever, checkups, and then they give you your iqama number on your passport. They'll show you where it is. Or if they don't, just ask them, hey, where's my iqama number? It'll be on there. Once you get your iqama number, you can then go and get the student ID number. You can then go get the mukafa. But you need your iqama number. And all you have to do is get your documents. Again, the mandub will help you with that. And your passport, and submit it to the Shuni Tulab. There's a section there. And trust me, the first 2-3 weeks, there'll be all these people doing the same thing. So trust me, you'll know where you're going if you're going to the right place, because there's a lot of students who are doing the exact same thing as you are. So now, like, once you get all these stuff, you get your dorm room, your dining room, like the first month free thing, and you get your iqama, and then you can go. Then after you get your iqama, you can go to get the mukafa, the monthly stipend. Now, with the monthly stipend, you go apply for it, like to get your debit card, and you might get your debit card like really early. Like I got mine less than a month. However, you probably won't get your mukafa, your monthly stipend, during that initial month. Like for me, it took like 3 to 4 months till they actually put money into my debit card. Because usually, I don't know, like I know other people who are in the Mahad at least, the Arabic Institute, they had the same issue. They said that they applied for their mukafa, they got their card, but they waited 3 to 4 months. So just keep that in mind that if you're like in the Mahad, you get your mukafa not from the card itself, but from the Mahad, but you still need to go to Shuni Tulab. It's on the 5th floor. It'll say on there, but again, go with Mandub or ask somebody when you're there. So once you're on the 5th floor on the Shuni Tulab, then you go there, you write down your Iqama number, your student number, and you're good to go to get the mukaf, the monthly stipend, but you just have to wait 4 months till it gets on your card. The last tip in terms of these paperwork stuff is, well, it's more of like electronic, but has connection to it. Once you get your Iqama, you should get this app called Ebshir. Ebshir you need your Ebshir app. Ebshir is essentially where it stores your digital card, like your ID card, because they don't like give it to you anymore. They give you a digital card with your Iqama number, and this will be used when, let's say, you're going back to your home country. They'll issue the visa through the Ebshir, so you can just like show the people at the airport. Sometimes they might ask, but yeah, you need the Ebshir app, so just download that. So that's all with the paperwork stuff. Now let's get on to the technical electronic aspect and some stuff that you guys need to do and need to have. First off, how do you guys log into your Madinah website account that's related to the school? And the way you do this is go on Google, type in Madinah, Islamic University of Madinah. You click on the first link that says that. On the top left, there's a login. You click on the login, and there it will ask for your username and password. Your username and password is your student ID, which will be from the student card that they give you. That'll be within the first 2 weeks you get your student card. So that's not a big thing. You get it right away. And there's also this Rakam Hawiya. There's Rakam Hawiya that's given to you when you guys got accepted and they released the visa. And on the website, there's this thing that says, oh, you've been accepted. You need this paperwork to get your visa. And there's a number on there. That number, that's the Rakam Hawiya, that's your password. Now, let's say you guys forgot these, or you don't have these numbers memorized. It's not a big issue, because if you have your student ID card, which I'll show you guys right now, if you guys have your student ID card like this, then your student number will be on there. It'll be literally the last number on the bottom, right here, underneath the barcode. Yeah, underneath the barcode, it'll show your student ID number. And then on there, right underneath your name in Arabic, it'll give you the Rakam Hawiya, which is the only other number on there. And those are your username and password. You can't change those. Those are how it is from till you get accepted till all the way till you finish with the school. You need these. So once you get your student ID card, just put those in. And this will take you into the Madinah website, your Madinah page, where you can check your classes, where you can check your schedule and so on and so forth, and your grades, obviously. Now, the next thing you guys need is Blackboard. I don't know how many people continue using Blackboard, but even for us, even after COVID lockdowns and even after all the COVID restrictions, I still had some teachers who wanted to use Blackboard for an exam or quiz because it was easier to grade it that way. So all you have to do is go on the App Store, or even go on your laptop or whatever, or if you're an Android, go on the Play Store, but go on there, type in Blackboard, and it'll ask you what school you're in. Type in Islamic University of Madinah, it'll be on there, and then you just put in, again, your student ID, your Rakam Hawiya, and that's it. And you get Blackboard, and your classes will show up there, and your teachers will usually tell you when they have a quiz or a test that will be needed to be on there, at least for the Mahad. The last thing for the technical aspect, I already mentioned Ebshir, so remember to download that, but the last thing you guys need for the technical, electronic aspect is getting your free Microsoft Office. All students in Madinah get the free Microsoft Office through their school email. And all you have to do for that is go to Microsoft Office, download the thing, and then you log in with your student email, which is just your student ID with the @ I forgot what the @ was, but I'll put it down below in the description. I'll show you guys right here, I'll write it down on the thing. And you just type that in, and your password is a Rakam Hawiya, yet again, and then this will allow you to use the Microsoft Office thing, Word, Excel, OneNote, all of that. I highly recommend you guys do this. Anyone, whether you're in the Mahad or Kulliyah, even if you don't technically need it, especially for the Mahad you don't, it's really good to get yourself practice in typing Arabic, because in the Kulliyah, you will eventually have to write some, essays, and if you're going in there bad at writing regular on a regular keyboard, but then you're going and trying to write Arabic, it's going to be really hard. So I suggest that you guys, especially in the Mahad, try practicing writing on an Arabic keyboard before getting into the kulliyah. So get this Microsoft Office branch for free. And I would suggest for notes, use OneNote. OneNote is very beneficial. You can have a bunch of notebooks for the mahad and the kulliyah. You can do whatever you want. And it's a very good way to organize your notes in the upcoming years in Madinah University. Oh, and I just forgot. This is the last thing. You guys should download this program called Maktaba Shamila. And Maktaba Shamila is essentially an online library. You know how like in other universities they have like, the academic page where you can like look up a book, or like, like the Amazon store with a Kindle, you can look up a book and you can open it up and read it there. That's Maktaba Shamila, except everything is free. Now, for those in the Mahad, you guys don't need this because you're not going to use books outside of the Mahad for this. But for those in the Kulliyah, I've heard a lot of people need to use these because, you might have an essay to do and you're like, well, you have to read these 3 or 4 books or these sections from these books. And instead of having to go buy those books, just go on Maktaba Shamila, have it download, and you can literally just type in the name of those books and you can search for the sections that you have to read. So download Maktaba Shamila. I'll put the link down below in the description. And there, I think it's like 8 gigs. Sadly, this Maktaba Shamila does not work on Mac, like, till now. They might have changed it. I don't know yet. But I know it works for PC. And, if you have a Mac, then go to the library at the school. And they usually have PCs on there as well. But there are also other Maktaba Shamila, like clones or whatever. They're not as good as this one. But download Maktaba Shamila, especially when you get into Kulliyah, it'll be very beneficial. Alrighty guys, so we did the paperwork, the technical aspect. Now let's get into the haram. What you guys need to know for the haram. Now, the haram, in the school, there are buses that take you to the haram. Like I don't know how many minutes there are, like every 15, 20, or maybe 30 minutes. And if you have your student ID, those are free, so you can easily go there. There are also taxis in this place called the Bab al-Khalf, which is like the back of the university. There they did taxis, and usually like you carpool with a bunch of people. It's like 2 riyal, like it's so cheap. And there's another way to go to the haram. And my suggestion for you guys in the haram is go there every day. There are many schools around the world that teach you Islam. Many. However, the reason why a lot of people come to Medina is for the haram, is to go in the Prophet's Masjid, to pray there, to go, look at Abdul Razak al-Badra's lesson, or see other imams or these other scholars there, and to not go there every day or almost every day is a shame. I literally have met so many people who for weeks on end, they have not gone to the haram. And I'm like, why have you guys not gone? It's far. No, it's better here. And it's like, what was the point of coming to Medina if you're not going to go to the haram? There are even better schools than Madinah University. Like Riyadh has a really good school, a really good program. But the reason why we come to Medina is for the haram. That's one of the main reasons. It's the Prophet's, Masjid. So try going there every day. Now, what to do there every day, there's 2 things that I would highly suggest. Well, 3 things. 1, go attend some of the classes. Those classes are very beneficial. They have some for Abdul Razak al-Badr, Shanqiti, or whatever, and they have many imams, many scholars who go over books, who go over hadith and whatever. And usually the school will send out a list of like who the imams are, what time, and like what number they're in, because in the Medina Masjid there's the shoe racks have like all these numbers, and usually people will be identified through those numbers. So go try finding them, try finding a teacher, and just sticking with a teacher. You don't have to go through like every teacher, trying to go every day with all the, after Fajr, after Dhuhr, after Asr. No. Go once a time. We'll go, maybe after Maghrib. Focus on going with one guy, Shankiti, Abdul Razak al-Badr, or whoever, and doing it every day. Just going to the class every day, just one class, and try finishing a book with them. It's a free lesson. You will not lose anything. You will only gain by going to those. Get a notebook, maybe the book that they're going over, and start taking notes. Those are super beneficial classes, stuff that you won't learn just by going at the jamia, at the school. The other thing I would advise you guys to do is go to Quran classes. These Quran classes are super beneficial. Because if you just go to the jamia, you'll be required to finish 8 to 10 juz, I think. However, they don't really focus on tajweed that much, on like how you recite, unless you make like a big mistake. Like, if you say ta instead of da, okay, they'll correct you on that. But in terms of your tajweed, they don't really correct you on those. However, a lot of the teachers who teach Quran at the Prophet's Masjid focus a lot on tajweed. It's one of their main things. So go to one of those teachers and just do a little bit every day. Do like a 1 page, half a page, a line. Whatever it is that you can do it consistent. Because those are the best, as the Prophet ﷺ said. How do you go to these Quran classes? Really easy. All you have to do is go with one of your friends who knows Arabic, or go with someone who knows Arabic. Go to one of the teachers there and say that you want to be in their class. And he'll give you like a link, like he'll send you the link on your phone. All you have to do is put in your information. I think you can actually do it in English too. And then you'll be registered in that class. And the third thing I suggest you guys do is don't waste your time. Being at the dorm room, you can talk with your friends, chill out, do whatever. But I think the haram is a place that you guys should be the most productive. Even if it's like the weekend, there's no classes, no Quran, go to the library. The library is open there. There's a library in the haram for the students. You guys should go there. That's a great place to study. They have so many books, so many tables. There's Wi-Fi, I think, there too. So you guys can sit there and study for your classes or for other stuff. Don't waste your time there, because you won't get it back. You can always get back going out with coffee shops, going with your friends out, but you can never take back this time going to the haram. Once you leave Medina, once you're done with your school and that's it, you're not continuing classes, you might go to Medina maybe once a year, at best, if you have money to go for Umrah, at best. But most people don't have that luxury, and I highly suggest you guys not waste time when you get there. Even if you guys don't want to go to some of the classes and you want to focus on your schoolwork, go to the library, be by yourself, try your best to study, and it'll be very beneficial, inshallah. Now finally, for this last section, I just want to give you guys some tips on what you guys should do, like in terms of classes. I would highly suggest you guys buying some notebooks. For the Maha, like personally for me, like how I take notes is I just use one notebook and I write down the name of the class on the top right, and then at the end of the week I rip them out, put them in a binder of those corresponding classes. However, for the Mahad, some classes, they will require a specific notebook. Like, for instance, my Ta'bir class, he required a specific notebook. And also for my fiqh class, he required a specific notebook. Grab like 3 or 4 notebooks. Don't do just what some students do of like, oh, I'm just going to write down the book. Like, no, you should get a notebook because this will organize your thoughts much better than just writing on a book. Get some pens, not pencils. I like pencils. I know people don't like pencils. I prefer pencils, but most of the exams will be done on pen. They don't like pencils for the exams, so you do need pens anyway. And get some binders, so you can like attach like the notes that you have and put them in specific places. And lastly, try getting outside reading. Don't just focus on the stuff in school. The stuff in school is very good and is very beneficial, especially for the Mahad. Once again, Muswa 2, and especially Muswa 3 and 4, when you can actually really read books, try grabbing easy books at the library. Thin, easy books. Try memorizing hadith, 40 hadith from Imam Nawawi, Thalatha Usul, and the explanation from Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen. These books are easy to read. Well, easy, but easier to read than other books. And they will help you learn Arabic. Try listening to Arabic lectures. Don't just watch American lectures, English lectures. Try watching Arabic lectures so you can like hear Arabic and learn from it. If you guys get bored, watch like some Arabic cartoons. There's some halal ones. Those can help you learn Fusha. You're coming here to learn. So try your best with those to grab books, listen to Arabic lectures, or watch Arabic cartoons so you guys can learn Fusha, the Arabic, inshallah. So that's it, guys. This is the Medina, like beginner's guide, I guess I would say. This is what the new students should do, what they should focus on, and some other tips as well. I hope you guys, whoever coming in, have a great time in Medina University. I hope the process is easy for everyone. And for those who are not yet accepted, but are getting accepted, I can't wait to see you guys here as well. And I hope for the rest of you, I hope you guys continue watching my videos. And inshallah, I'll see you guys again. Alrighty, guys. Assalamu alaikum.